Welcome. We're just going to take a moment and allow everyone to kind of filter in, give it a couple minutes. Yay, Humboldt.
Would you like me to warm you up some cornbread?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, I made you this. I didn't make it at all. Put on good cheese. And with these fudges and
Thank you. Who's that? Probably Carly, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, and to my wing women, feel free to mute folks when we feel we need to. Oh, wow. This is so exciting. Woo, my heart is all aflutter. Oh, I love that people are already saying where they're from. We've got Oakland, Arizona, Oregon. Nice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vancouver. I want to go there. It looks so beautiful. Yay. Okay. If you want to just go ahead and mute yourselves. Hello. Oh, welcome, Ashana. Yeah, take your time. Beautiful. All right. Wow. Well, it is officially 10:02, and I want to make most of this precious commodity of time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Someone's sound is a little funky. But okay, seems like we're good. All right, well, welcome so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to this masterclass about visual storytelling. My name is Athena, and I am the chief creatrix at Brand Aura Studios, where we like to exalt the mysticism of marketing and help light workers become lighthouses. So welcome, 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 light workers, welcome. It's an honor to be in this space together. I'd like to start by simply kind of orienting ourselves into a bigger scheme, into a bigger picture. And so I'm going to start by calling in the 7 directions. So if you like, you can close your eyes. You can imagine, if you know where the east is, where you are, you can choose to orient yourself towards there, or just, kind of offer your arms in that direction. But just imagine, where does the sun rise in your house? And we'll start there. So we're going to take a deep breath and inhaling deeply. Calling in the gatekeepers of the east, the rising sun, the element of air, the time of childhood and innocence, the winged ones to be with us, share their wisdom, protect us, and guide us. Ayo. Calling in the south, the element of the fire, the time of adolescence and the fire of the heart, that rebel within that knows it can do anything. Calling in the creatures of the hearth, the family, those who gather around the fire, to be with us, protect us, and guide us. Ayo. Calling in the west. And the element of the water, the setting sun, the purples and the pinks, the colors of transformation, and that special time between spaces, very sacred moments of dusk as it reflects the dawn, the adulthood of our lives when we can hold our waters and we can become a resource for those around us. Calling upon the gatekeepers of the West to be with us, protect us, and guide us. Calling upon the gatekeepers of the North, the mountain, the element of the earth, the elders of all lineages, of all directions, space and time, all ancestors, to show us how to walk that beauty way so that we may arrive as elders in our own time, so that we may share the wisdom that we've learned in this life. Calling upon the gatekeepers of the North, be with us, protect us, and guide us. Calling upon the heart of the cosmos, the gatekeepers of the sky, the ascended masters, the planets, to show us how we are connected to a harmony so much greater than our wildest imaginations. We call upon you to be with us, protect us, and guide us. And to the heart of the earth, the gatekeeper of the Pachamama, our mother, where we came from and where we will wind up. Gratitude for this life, calling upon you to be with us, protect us, and guide us. And finally, to the heart of humanity, the heart at the center of all things. I bow to this heart as my heart is part of an infinite network of human hearts and consciousness as we send light and love into this field. I call upon this field to be with us, protect us, and guide us. Ayo. Thank you so much. Here we are at the center of the center as ourselves. And also aligning us with this greater picture, I feel really called to call upon my role in what I see this greater picture right now. And I feel us on the precipice of a revolution and a reclamation, a remembrance of truth and beauty. And by working with light workers and predominantly women, I'm able to use the skills that I've learned along the way to exalt this story and to share this story as women are stepping into their power. So that's where I am today, and that's why we're here. And so thank you for being part of this journey. I'm going to, I'd like to I'm so glad you all shared where you're coming from. I feel like who here feels like they are part of something far bigger than they can understand, to just write in the chat something greater. Just drop something in the chat that's like, yeah, I'm part of something that's bigger than my imagination, bigger than my own life even. Yeah, totally. And as a very multi-dimensional, multifaceted, creative human, I just want to know who out there also feels the same, that they're also much more than one thing. Even if you are a musician or a writer or all the incredible things you can do, that you're more than that. So write multi-dimensional woman in the chat. Yeah, if you can relate to that. This is who I'm talking to today. I want to say what an honor it is to be in circle with you all, even though we're in squares. We are in circle. And just to give my gratitude for the spiral and for the circle of women who have been gathering for millennia, and how we can come together and support one another in the becoming and in the voice and in the caretaking of ourselves, our planet, and our communities. So thank you so much for being here. I would like to start actually by talking to a dear, amazing, multifaceted priestess, healer, author, woman, Jackie Graves. I had the incredible opportunity to work with this summer, and I just wanted to call Jackie on here to offer her experience of being together.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Athena.
Hi, Jackie.
It's so good to be here and just to really just say thank you and express my gratitude for the beautiful experience I had this summer, going to Maui and having a brand aura photo shoot with you, storyteller photo shoot. It was an incredibly spiritual and moving and healing experience for me. And I highly recommend it. You know, when we were kind of coming on to the call, I was thinking about this morning, I was thinking about how when I came to Maui, it took a lot for me to get there, just in terms of like getting my life together and making this commitment to myself. It was a big deal to just say, I'm creating this for myself and for my community. And it was so beautiful to be held in such a sacred way by you, with your love and your care and compassion. And I, you know, I don't know if anybody else has had a photo shoot, but like, I almost always start with tears, and like, it's not always easy to just show up as your full self and as your most authentic self, and as the self that you want to put forward, and just be like, this is going to be on camera forever or whatever. And I just feel that Athena, first of all, it was such a sacred experience. The locations that you chose to visit, each were so sacred and exalted in themselves. And your vibrational integrity and the way you held me through anything that came up in my own, you know, wobble to show up as myself was so divinely, it was just a divine assignment. And I felt that I know who I am deep inside myself, and yet bringing that part of me out into the world has been a struggle. And I felt deeply, deeply seen by you, and deeply, deeply held by you, so that I could be and bring forward the best of myself. And in fact, you know, the best of who I am continuing to become. I felt that I was able to just sink into a place that was beyond time and space, and be held by Athena and by the land and by your beautiful vision. So it was an incredible, wonderful, sacred experience. Yeah.
Such an honor. It was such an honor to work with you, Jackie, and to see this magic within you, and to have the opportunity to truly crystallize that through the visual. And that's something that I think is so important and incredible about visual storytelling, is we're able to see what it is. We're able to see, and then from seeing, then we can begin to believe. And so the deepest bows to you, Jackie, for showing up for that part of yourself, for trusting that part of yourself, and for knowing that this part of yourself is ready and needed. And I know that you're in a transition and a transformation. This is the last year of you teaching in university, which you've been doing for a long time, and really transitioning into offering your elemental and essential gifts as a healer. And I just am in awe of this transformation and honored to assist it in any way and to help make it visible. So thank you for taking that step and for owning who you are. It's just gorgeous. And I'm so grateful because now we have these incredible photographs that are, and you kind of brushed, they are timeless. They're really timeless, timeless images. And I want to share those with you all today. Would you like to see some of this? Pop a yes in the chat if you want to see some of the gorgeous beauty that we created. I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we go. Okay. Can you all see? Okay, cool. So welcome to the Brand Aura event where we unlock the keys of visual storytelling. Oops, hold on. And really, I want to set the essence of intention. And to touch the essence of intention is the essence of my intention in many ways. You know, like, how do we get to that place where we can feel somebody's pure intention? And so this is, I just kind of wrote, this is my essence of intention here, is to exalt the creative force and offer stories of redemption, self-love, and honesty. I am well aware that storytelling is a powerful ancient tool that imprints consciousness, and I yield it for the beauty way. So what do I mean when I say beauty way? And I'm curious, like, when you hear the beauty way, like, maybe you want to write in the chat, like, what does that mean to you? Because it's a Native American term that is used to talk about how we can live our lives and live our life from the heart and live a life that's made in the intention of harmony, and the harmony of the self and the harmony of all of our relations. So this is really at the essence of my intention in the work that I'm doing here. I studied media at a master's degree level. I worked with Marianne Williamson for over a year as her chief content producer. I've won awards in videography and photography from the time I'm a teenager. I've been working with these tools, and even though I studied them in a way where I could go into the commercial realm with them, I have always chosen along the way to use my energy to help the stories of people, and to create stories of community, stories of transformation, stories of the heart. And so at this aspect in my evolution, it's this incredible opening to come into circle with all these incredible women and say, okay, how can I use my skills to tell the story of your heart? I believe that the healer is a storyteller, because the healer tells us and shows us a world of health, of wellness, of balance, of harmony. A storyteller is such a powerful being, because a storyteller seeds imagination, and human imagination is the root of everything that we see. Everything that is in this room with me now is the effect of human imagination. All of our world governments, all of our economic systems, everything that we have created on this planet is the effect of human imagination. So I'm calling upon the healer's imagination to really weave those stories and expand human consciousness to a different way, where we're not so fixated upon a story that relies on exploitation. This is the call to make love visual. to share your love, to show our love, you know, and that can feel scary sometimes. It can feel scary to expose ourselves, and our hearts are so vast and also so vulnerable, you know. So the question I have for myself is, how do I create a safe space for the heart to come through? How do I create a stable space where the translation can come through? And so that's my call, is to make our love visual. Now, the first and last rule that I live by is that the role of the artist is to make the revolution irresistible. And this is a quote from the incredible Tony Kade Bambara. And that is what we're here to do. I'm not here to spend my energy tearing things down. I'm here to create something that is so delicious, so inviting that it becomes magnetic. And that's what I invite you to do, that these visions that you have in your heart of the way the world could be, of the way relationships could be, of the way that your life could be, that becomes something that becomes irresistible and magnetic. And in that magnetism, really opening and expanding into the powers of our own feminine essence, because the feminine essence is magnetic in essence. And here we have Jackie, and what I felt so much, and I feel is so translated through the work we did together, is that this revolution is a revolution of the sacred. It's a revolution of remembrance, where we know that we are connected to something much larger, and we remember how to be present with it and how to honor it. It's a reunion with water and all the elements. I live on Maui. I live on this incredible island surrounded by so much water and with so much water in it. And so I'm personally like very, very in touch with water on this planet, and on a global scale, becoming more and more aware of how precious water is, that this is more precious than gold. Water is life. And so how are we honoring it? How are we reuniting with it? How are we in balance with water and the elements? And how are we in our elemental beauty, right? In this space where we are in balance. The earth, the wind, the fire, the water within us is in balance, and our heart is light and we are in joy. This is something that is like moments, you know, they say it's called sometimes like the glance of grace, that spirituality can't be taught, only caught. And it's caught through these glances of grace. And it's these glances of grace that I really am here for in my clients and in the world, when, you know, to see the universe wink at me and to see the beauty and in one another, it just gives me great life. And then timeless desire, right? How gorgeous is our desire, and how powerful is our desire, and our longing for union and communion, such a beautiful essence of being human. And to tap into that timeless desire and to feel it transcend our space and time and situation into, how is my desire actually bringing humanity closer to the heart of itself? And I felt this so deeply in this work we did, Jackie. It was so powerful. And this is the kind of essence that it's like you can't touch it, but somehow you can feel it. So thank you. Okay, now we're into the keys. So we've gone from, we're going to make this revolution irresistible, this revolution of the sacred. Okay. And how are we going to do it? And then there's 3 keys that I think are very helpful. And the first key is rhythm, pattern, and motif. Okay. So as a musician, as an artist, as someone deeply passionate and learning about shamanism for well over a decade now, I'm well aware that it is through rhythm that we create trance. It's through rhythm that we create thought patterns. Okay. And as someone who also studied media and marketing, it's through rhythm and patterning that we are put into a hypnosis. Okay. And so I'm interested in how can we use that rhythm and pattern for something else. This is Zoe, who's someone who really embodies rhythm in such a deep level. He's a dancer, a musician, deeply devoted to biomechanics, and working with him, it was like obvious to bring forth the rhythm and the pattern just through his own natural movements. So this is, an effect of just photography of like, how does somebody's natural movement lend to the rhythm of who they are so that we can see that? And then how does the rhythm of them become something that you can translate then into your marketing, right? How are you going to create a rhythm with what you put forward? When we talk about pattern and motifs, that's where colors, logo, all the language around branding becomes very real, because now that's your palette. And how are you going to repeat that in such a way that you create a kind of a vibrational wave, a waveform that people can entrain to? So I really like to geek out around waveforms and sound and vibration. And everything on our planet is a waveform. Every sound, every color, even in between our cells, everything is a waveform. Everything is magnetism. So when we think in terms of like the waveform, the carrier wave is the rhythm, is the pattern. So we need to create a carrier wave that's going to carry our work forward. Cindy, another example of just a really, I was so inspired by her and ways to become, create rhythm within an image. Cindy and her glorious, becoming and embracing of her fierce, full, erotic, creative nature, this kind of moment of being unleashed in a way, and like creating rhythm and pattern out of this. Which brings me to the great goddess and the patterns within consciousness. Okay. So my mother and father really generously named me Athena. And throughout my life, I've had all kinds of experiences with Athena. Like, what is Athena? And what I have felt is that Athena is a waveform. It's a kind of a consciousness that carries these elements that are around wisdom, civilization, weaving. The elements that are woven into the mythology are actually elements of her waveform. So this was a piece that I made that's Athena on either side, of like the kind of patterns of the goddess. And then from this, breaking it down into motifs and into elements, Okay, so the elements of art, the elements of a piece, the elements of a thought. This is another piece that I created, really inspired by the rising of the Kundalini. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? How can I create an image that could potentially evoke something like that? Like, can an image become a transmitter of the medicine? And that's what I'm really interested in through the work that I'm creating now and through the photography, through the graphic design, is how does an image become a direct transmitter of an experience? And then from here, breaking it down into elements. Okay, there's the mind that's opened up and freed, and then the rose heart and the ultraviolet flame, the purple flame of transmutation that's really at the core of things. So this is like how I begin to create like a visual language, and I begin to create elements that I can use to transmit a certain frequency. This is work I did for Jill Stein, who is another incredible multidimensional woman who part of her skills is that she is a prenatal medium. She's able to connect mothers, families to the souls of their children, of their unborn children. And she does incredible work. I can't even begin to scratch the surface of how she helps so many women understand what the process is of pregnancy, what the process is of receiving a life force into your body, and that whatever happens in that process, because sometimes, you know, pregnancies end by choice or not by choice, but that within that process, what is being gifted? What is the gift there? And so she's doing really, really powerful work for women right now, helping connect them to the soul of their child and to understand it. And when mothers have children, you know, it takes a long time for a baby to talk, to connect to the soul of that child so that the mother can better care for it. So this is work I spent, you know, hours talking to Jill and hearing her story, and time she spent in Africa and a transmission she had from this mother lion, and her connection with the calla lilies and the hummingbirds and the bee, and like all of that, and bringing that together into an image that could become a transmitter of her medicine. And here it is with the universe. She loved that too, to bring the universal element into it, because we're talking to the soul. And then these are examples, like Jill, she signed up for the activation kit. So I just wanted to show you examples of what you would receive if you would do that. And these are just a couple pieces, but it's basically the visual language to create that pattern in your transmission. So we've taken the bee, the Fibonacci, the nautilus shell, the calla lilies, this shape of the energetic shape of movement that's at the center of these pieces. And then of course the pregnant woman, to become sort of elements in her visual language. So it's really important to develop a kind of visual language where you're going to use the same elements consistently so that people can begin to, one, recognize you, and then two, begin to like really enter into your waveform, into your transmission of what the story is that you're carrying. Because that's the next key of storytelling, is let there be redemption. Okay. The arc of a story is what creates a story. Otherwise it's kind of propaganda. So the arc of a story is what creates the tension that a character has to go through its own growth, its own metamorphosis, its own becoming, in order for it to be a true story, and in order for it to have that really magical essence of transmutation at the heart of it. So if pattern and motif, colors, images becomes your carrier wave, what it's carrying is the story of your own transformation. And I know there's so many women on this call that are healers and coaches, teachers and guides. And it is so important in that space to be able to tell the story of your transformation. How did you wind up there? That becomes magnetism to the people who are really meant to be working with you. So this is from a photo shoot I did this summer with this incredible artist, Sonia de Luna, who is retelling the story of becoming 40. She turned 40 and she created an entire ceremony for herself. We shot over 5 days. We've created a video. It's massive. And this is from her work. And Sonia, so beautiful to let the struggle be seen, right? That it kind of starts there. Like, I'm in tension, I'm in turmoil, and I can be honest about it. I can be open about it. To allow the soul to emerge. How are we birthing this soul into the world? How are we allowing that to come through? And then the spark of inspiration, right? And then everything else, like, okay, now I've gone through, I've wallowed, I've doubted, I've been in the land of shadows. I allowed the soul to come out, and then there's the fire. Like the fire of, wow, this is my one and only life. And I am going to live this life for me. I'm going to live this life in my fullest glory and from my deepest love. So that's the spark of inspiration. And then to soar in faith and to allow faith, allow the heart to fully open and to surrender to the elements, to surrender to who we are, to surrender to being held by something so much greater than we are. To me, this is like just honey in my soul, feeling that kind of story. To find the glory of becoming. Sonia had this incredible part where she coronates herself, she crowns herself, you know, and is allowing herself to be the queen, the princess, the exalted person that she wanted to be for her, not because she was getting married, not because she was having a baby, not because of some second or third degree thing, but for her, that this was really for her, that the coronation and the glory of her own becoming. And then from that, the victory of self-knowledge, and written over the temple of Isis in Egypt says, know thyself. And so I think of this daily, like, know thyself, real self-knowledge, where we've taken in all that part of our journey. We've taken in the shadows, we've taken in the lights, the peaks and the valleys. We've taken in all of who we are, and we can hold all of who we are. And that, to me, is what victory feels like. Victory is like this impermeable, impenetrable sense of self-love. And then the third key is to give in joy. Because on my endless search for truth and beauty, I had this incredible epiphany that there is no greater truth than the lightness of my own heart. And I truly believe that there's no greater truth, there's no greater beauty than the lightness of the heart. And that there's a reason why a smile is international and transcends language and borders and all of that. It's because it's the lightness of our heart. And that's ultimately the deepest truth that we're here to share and here to evoke in other people. And so these are some really fun images. Sonia having her cake and eating it too, turning 40 in the way that she imagined it. And that this is, yeah, rewriting the story where women are like, you know, lying about our age and like trying to be 27 forever or something, and like just being like, no, I made it, you know, 40 years. This is like the mid-center of a lifetime. It was 40 weeks in the womb. I'm 40 years out on this planet, and now I can like really begin to live. And I have to be honest, I've been working with women that are 50 plus, 60 plus, and the power and the beauty and the medicine of the matriarch, of a woman who knows herself, is so delicious and so needed by our planet right now, is truly, truly needed. And so I am also really calling for women to step into that place within themselves. And I want to reflect you in that glory and tell this story of like a real life, of a real life where we don't need to hide behind, you know, we don't need to hide behind filters. We don't need to hide behind our accolades. We can be who we are. Cindy, fully embodied. This woman is so awesome. Just being around her is like this sense of fire. I'm so grateful we got to have this time together in New York. I even got to work with my sister on this shoot in styling Cindy, and was able to really see the beauty of her heart through all of this. Brittany, who's an eco-sexual tantra teacher, being in nature with Brittany and feeling her sensual connection to the elements and to nature, so juicy, so delicious, and her joy. You know, I think it's part of the unshaming of ourselves and the unwinding of the wound is joy. Is it like, you know, this is fun. This feels good. Like that's ultimately where we're going. That's what we want. Jackie. Yeah. You know, like these moments are just timeless. Yeshila, 72 years old. Okay. I'm like, you're my hero. She's so in herself. She so has arrived at a place of inner luminosity, inner love. And this, you know, I just am like, we should be seeing more women in their 70s because they're gorgeous. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And like, why aren't we like as a culture, like looking forward to that? Like I'm looking forward to this. This is amazing to me. And I feel like I wish I had that when I was 20 years old and so hard on myself and just, you know, and every time that I'm just like caught up in the unworthiness that's put on me from beauty and youth standards, I'm just, my heart a little more like pushes to be like, that's just a lie. And we have to tell the true story. We have to tell the truth. More of Brittany in nature, just like fully feeling herself and sharing her beautiful joy. And Cindy in surrender and softness and sweetness, in touch with everything that is present. Is just so beautiful. I just want to take a moment and just honor everyone who's been in these images here and just honor the time that we spent together. Because every time that I get to do this, it's like I get to see a part of myself, and I get to see how beautiful I am too. And I feel like I want these images to like be on billboards, because that's what they're here to do, is like let us know how beautiful we are. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Cindy sent me this really beautiful message that means so much, that you captured everything I've become, how I live my life in my wisest self, the reclamation of my soul, my power, and my desires are fully seen through your lens. So grateful. I mean, I feel so honored to live a lifetime where I can, I'm like so honored, truly, truly so honored. So I'm offering everyone here, kind of the end of my presentation. If you're interested in working together, to schedule a free call, I value it at $200. I'm offering it for free. I want to hear from you. I want to hear where your heart is at, like how visual storytelling can help transmit your medicine for your business and for the collective consciousness. You know, because I just feel like when we break out of it being just about us, we're actually way more even supported. We're so much more supported. And that every woman who is stepping forward to truly give their beauty is part of this like tsunami of light that's coming in, and this like tsunami of wisdom that's coming in, and it feels in a way like, yeah, like the matriarch, like the mom, like mom is home, you know, like mom has come home, and she's saying, we're going to clean up this house. This is what's valuable here. And this is how we do things here. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming back and showing us how powerful you are, and for letting us be led, you know? So I think Irene can put the link in the chat to schedule through Calendly. And then, oops, wrong way. I've got a hot offer. So if you book today, if you make a call today and you book today, you can receive half off any package, which is totally insane. And I don't but I would love to work with you. So if you can make a call today, I'm here for the rest of the day. You can receive 50% off, and I'll give you until Monday morning, so really Sunday night, to receive 500 off if you want to spend the weekend and consider things. So that's my gift to everyone who showed up in this circle today. I would love, love, love to create with you. And that's it. In so much gratitude, I feel so great and so full and so grateful to be in circle and to be in service with all of you here today. And may our work ripple out into the consciousness of humanity and plant seeds of communion and love and truth. Whew. Here we are.
Athena, how do people get in touch with you for that hot offer you just made?
Yeah, you can connect through Calendly, make a call with me today. So the Calendly link should be up there. Schedule a call. That's the best way to get in touch. And we have about 10 minutes left on the call now. If anyone has any questions, yeah, go ahead. Sally Lee.
Hi. Oh, I had trouble finding my link to get on time. Too many Eventbrite Google accounts. My apologies.
So glad you made it.
Oh, so glad I made it. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, this was so incredible. So the odds of me getting to where you're located right now are slim to none. So I won't get an amazing photo shoot like Jackie, but how can you work with me long distance, like for the branding and stuff? Because that was just what I saw of Jill's was just like, that was amazing.
No,
It's
thank
amazing. I
you.
love what you do. That was just so amazing.
Thank you so much.
And
Yes,
Jackie's stuff was, oh, Goddess Jackie. Oh my God. I just have to bow to you
right?
again.
Aren't we lucky to live at a time of Jackie? Just like giving so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I worked long distance with Jill, and we had a series of calls, and yeah, and was able to tell that story, and then I found a way to make it visual. So that's the activation kit on the website. And then I realize I'm learning, well, I can now do a Zoom photo shoot. So to get just like, it's obviously not as involved as being in person, but it's much more than you think. And so that's a really nice way to also work long distance and be able to work your image into a collage or the work if we need to do that as well. So that's another way to work overseas.
I was brainstorming here. I'm thinking, well, I can put my Brio camera on my stand outside, but how do I give you control to take shots? Like,
right.
But because I think it's all in when you take a picture. Like it just, I have a sister-in-law that's pretty good. Maybe I'll have to try and see if she can do it. But like you're brilliant. Like your shots are just, oh, so stunning. And what you bring out in the women, like it just.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just
Beautiful.
A huge honor of a lifetime, truly.
Well, I've got my call book for tonight, so I'm excited.
All right.
The Calendly link works great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sally. Yeah.
Hi, Athena. I'm Maureen from Maui. I had trouble getting on, so I missed most of it. But your photos and everything so inspired me. They were so beautiful. And I just tried to sign up to meet with you, and I couldn't do that either. So I don't know what's going on here at my end. But but I'm just wanting to make a flyer or make something for a sacred garden meditation that we've done here on Maui for years. We hold it at a nonprofit place. So it's a free thing for people to come and join us every Sunday. And when I saw your photos, I just thought they were so wonderful. So that's why I wanted to connect with you.
Okay. So, yeah. I just also sent my email address.
Okay. Thank you.
If you want to send me an email, you're welcome to.
Okay. Thank you.
And yeah, I love the sacred garden. I love there. So,
oh, great. Thanks.
Yeah, reach out. Maybe we can create something.
All right.
Yeah. Is anyone, Annette, do you have a question?
Work that you do and tell you that you are just a beautiful soul, and I appreciate your energy and your light and for sharing that with all of us today. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, truly honored to be here with you. I know many of you, and then the one who I didn't know, I kind of looked up, and you're just all doing such beautiful work, and I'm so honored to be here together. and whatever, I just offer my strength and my enthusiasm to where you are in this world and how you are helping and offering and uplifting in your way. So thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, I'm gonna officially close our circle. And if anyone wants to stay on and chat, I'm happy to. But yeah, let's all take a deep breath. Inhale. And release. Once more. Release. And then just take the hands and rub the hands together. Make some heat, some friction between the palms. And then just bring your thumbs to the sternum and bring that heat to the heart. It's the heat of your willpower, your intention, your passion, uniting with the heart of your infinite self. Inhale. Exhale. And then just take your hands and bless yourself. Thank you, self. Thank you for this wild journey of life.
Thank you, Athena, for creating this sacred space. You took us on a truly inspiring journey.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So much respect and love. Yeah.
Honestly, I just have to say, like, I don't even want to leave. I want to stay in this like place in my heart that feels so incredible. Just
Oh,
deep gratitude, Athena. I don't even remember how I came to be. I mean, in the world of women that we have to see folks who's master classes, but I vividly remember the moment Jill Stein showed her. It just happened to come up on the screen, her art, and I popped into the chat. Where did that come from? Who did that? That I want in my life.
hmm.
And then here you are. Divine timing. Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you, Lucy. Thank you so much. Hmm.
Yeah, I want to pop on and say hi. I'm like just in awe, girl. I came to the first talk that you gave and was blown away, and just to see the continued evolution, the continued, just building this mastery. That's what I feel you're on. It's like this path of mastery with your gift and your passion. And I mean, like, are you kidding me? The revolution of the sacred to make it irresistible. You're like speaking everything inside my heart, girlfriend, like to all of us, I'm sure. It's like, yes, you entice with honey, you bring it in, like, give me more. And I'm booking a call with you today. I see, like, as soon as, like, when Jackie's came up, I mean, I knew from the first workshop that you gave, I was like, this is on my radar. I need to work with you. And I'm so excited. I do have like just a question in terms of like working with you, because I notice all these amazing outfits and everybody's so stylized. Does everybody bring all of that with them, or like do they just like, here's my closet full of goddess clothing? Like what, how does that work?
Oh, man, I love you. And I'm just so glad that you're here. Yeah, well, it's a little of both. I do a wardrobe check, we do a Zoom, like, see what you got. And like Jackie, that's all Jackie, it's all Jackie. And we did a check before she flew out here, and she brought her golden chalice.
That chalice is incredible.
Yeah, gorgeous. And then I have collected many accoutrements, goddess pieces along the way. And I also do some styling and, makeup. Like for Cindy's photo shoot, she's always like in yoga pants and that never wears makeup. And so I actually went out and bought her a bunch of dresses, and I did a full like styling for her, did her makeup, and we went the whole 9 yards, and she actually wound up keeping some of the dresses, which was great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's possible too. I'm happy to play dress up.
Okay. Just getting a feel for it. I appreciate it. Yeah, and that chalice that Jackie had. Have you ever seen Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade?
Yeah.
It's lit. I was like, that is the cup of Christ. Like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
pretty
This
much.
is amazing.
Holy vessel.
Amazing. So thank you, and I'll be speaking to you later. I love you very
Awesome.
much.
I'm looking forward to it. Yay. Oh. Just want to give an extra thank you to Irene and Grace for really supporting me in this call, my wing women. It's cute.
This has been such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love that aspect of Sage's program and the Women Rocking Business, really teaching us how to support one another in that way. And it's just wonderful. I really got to meet you, Grace, and Irene. We get to know each other even more. And it was just so beautiful. They all came on early and we dropped in, we did some breathing, we said a prayer. It was like, okay, this is fantastic. And just, learning how to call that in life in general. Like, oh, I'm going to need support. What a concept. So beautiful to learn. So thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. Anytime. Sarah, it's so good to see you in here.
I just wanted to say, you saw me moving, so who knows? It was time to talk. Really fun to get to see it from this angle, and I know that I know most of you on some level, and Maureen, I am a long time friend of Eve Hogan, so I know you too. It's funny for me to play in this world because of being over there in the other world, and I feel like I should hide and not show up because I don't want to like give you my coach energy or whatever the heck it might be.
No.
But I decided to go for it and turn my camera on, and it was really, really fun to be able to see you this way. And I'm texting Jill saying, I'm at Athena's class, and she's showing you because Jill and I have been really, close for a really long time. And so just, well done if you care about my opinion in terms of the whole curriculum that I know you're all working so hard to learn. And really fun to be here and be able to see it that way, because like Yana, is that how I say it, Alejandra? Hannah. Yeah, the very first post that I saw of yours before I ever knew that you were working with Jill, it was very similar for me, like, oh, this is cool. And so it's fun to be here and play with you guys on this kind of way. So thanks. Yeah.
I'm so glad you came through and you
We're
showed
doing cool
yourself. We got to show
well,
ourselves.
this is part of it, right?
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't want to be, I don't know, scary in some way. Oh my God.
No, you got to come down to Maui.
I'm definitely ready to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, come on down.
Who's on? Who
Sarah,
else? is
Sarah,
on
I was
Maui?
pleased. I was pleased to see you in the call, Sarah. I was very pleased to see you. I'd love to have you when you come to mine too. I think that's awesome that the coaches do that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Personally.
I don't know how much any of them do, and you know, that's part of the deal. It's like, how much can we, when there's so many beautiful ones of you, and there's only 24 hours in a day, and it's so wonderful to see you supporting each other. I will say that, you know, I've been with Women Rocking Business for 5 years, and we didn't used to do this. Of course, we were live and we were doing live events. But the thing, the Wing Woman piece, the way we really are, you know, the whole speak-a-thon piece, it really moves you forward. It makes you do the thing. And it's so beautiful to watch and see you guys loving each other up so much and supporting each other and doing it. And, you know, no stealing of thunder. It's just really cool how that has evolved, and watching, you know, I mean, you just said how great it is, and it is great. And keep doing it. It works. Promise.
Sounds like it could be a bonus coaching session we all get as you come to one of our talks, so that you can actually see the whole thing in action instead of just bits and pieces in coaching sessions. How different was it for you from your perspective? Like, just to actually be back and watching the whole production?
Well, Athena, is it all right? I mean, that I'm talking all this much? This is about Athena. So number one, if you already all booked a call with her, because that's the point here. And she might have other plans. And that's, you know, it's right there in the chat. I can see it. It's still there, it's still visible for you. And I've already forgotten your question, Sally. What was it like? I was nervous. I mean, I've already told you what it was like. This is the first time I've come to someone's call.
Oh, cool.
And Athena and I have already spoken, and I wanted to see what she was going to teach. And I was wishing there was 4 screenfuls of women so I could hide at the very bottom in the back and just watch.
Yeah.
So now I'm out of that closet, and it'll never be my first time going to someone's class ever again.
I'm so honored.
Oh, honey.
Thank you for being here.
What a
It's
gift.
really beautiful. It's so cute. Yeah, we all just want to hang out, huh? Come over.
Yeah, I was actually curious though, if it's okay, Athena, just to hear what it's like from the coach's perspective to actually have that opportunity to see an entire production, because in coaching sessions we just do little bits and pieces with a coach, right? You never get to see the whole product that you help guide. I thought that might be kind of a really cool experience to watch your students, like a final exam almost.
Final exam. It's never done though. That's the thing.
Oh, I know.
And all of you are at different levels. And so to me, in part, that would feel like pressure, like get your final one done so your coach can what? Give you the stamp of approval? No way.
Yeah, no, it was a bad choice of words. I meant just to see the fit, that like the product put together though, like to actually see it all put together.
Yeah, well, seeing it all, I love the idea of it. And
well, it's a great one for you to watch for sure, because holy cow, I'm blown away.
Oh, thank you.
So impressed.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have any words they'd like to offer as we close out for the day?
Grateful.
Oh, thank you, Irene.
Yeah.
Touched. And yeah.
I'm anxious to see what you guys create for the thing in Maui. Thought it's going to be exciting to see your co-creation.
You should just
the
come.
gardens. Well, I will sometime. It's hard to get back into Canada if you leave, though.
Oh.
It would be especially hard for me, probably. So, yeah. Someday soon, I'm manifesting it.
Yeah. That'd be beautiful. I hope to make it to Vancouver at some point. Just gorgeous over there. Yeah. Well, thank you all so much. It's truly been wonderful to be here together. And yeah, I'm so grateful to have delivered the message and have had the opportunity to do so. So looking forward to talking to those of you who signed up. And yeah, I'm always available. I'm on the Facebook. You can message me anytime, and yeah, reach out anytime.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, Nui Loa. Thank you.
Oh, aloha, aloha. Beautiful.
I'm staying as your wing woman, you know that.
Ciao, querida.
All right. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a beautiful day.
Have an amazing speakathon, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What level you're at, whatever stage, go make it happen.
Yay. Hannah, when is your talk?
It's tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific.
Okay, 6:30 a.m.
It's early.
Okay. Maybe I can get there.
Yeah. All right.
I gotta tell you, my son joined us was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago for my talk. Yeah.
He was impressed. He booked a call, the whole 9 yards. He was
Which is hilarious because I only work with women. I was like, sure. Why don't we book a call? It was great.
Yeah.
He's a manly feminine.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know.
For the right one.
Thank you, querida.
Everyone's got to go to Hana's. It's an incredible experience too. So, but thank you, Athena. Love you.
Oh, thank you all so much.
Thank you, Athena.
Cheers.